Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is all about the feet. I love this practice because the feet, and if you practice in studio with me, you might hear me say this a lot, but I feel like the feet are the window to the rest of the body. Our feet hold so much sensory information, nerves, everything. They do so much work and support for the body and really are the base for the connection of a lot of other things that are happening in the body. So we're going to go through a practice today to give our feet a little bit of love. For this practice, you will need some balls. So if you don't have these, look at the description of this class. I'll link some places to get them. But things around your house, maybe that you might have already, is a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, which are about this size. For the feet today, I'm going to use a smaller size ball. You can use either one for this practice. I just feel like the smaller size ball really gets into all the little nooks and crannies. And then if you were to buy a set like this, they come even smaller. So this blue one is about the size of a bouncy ball. So if you have kids around, if they have any type of little balls like this can totally work too. And then, yeah, that's it. So I'm have you come to standing. And we're going to move through some myofascial release for the feet. I'm going to take one of my little balls here, place it on the ground. And I'm just going to start by finding the middle of the foot right below the ball of my foot. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure leaning forward onto the ball right in that area in the center of my foot. So top center of your foot. And when we're doing this, when we're leaning forward and putting pressure or weight onto the ball, be really mindful you're not ever putting pressure on your bones. So we want to work around that. And what we're doing is we're targeting really specific, what we call trigger points in the feet. These are all over our body. So it might be a little bit of a tender area where we're just holding a lot of tension. Okay? And then keep the ball kind of where it's at. And then you're just going to start to move the foot left and right. But still keep a little pressure there. And we don't have to spend too long in each area. A little bit will do. So a little goes a long way with our myofascial release. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to move down the foot and I'm going to come to the heel. Whoop. And I'm just going to press my body weight from the heel onto the ball. And the more body weight, the more intense. Okay, and then I'm going to release that. And then I'm going to roll the ball. Actually, let me turn this for you guys. So we'll start in the middle of the foot. And from the ball of the foot all the way to the heel, you're just going to roll the ball and then kind of bring it back. If you need to, you can place a hand on a wall or a chair to hold your balance. So we're not working on balance today. However, the feet support our balance. So really nourishing the feet can actually help with that. And then you might do the same thing on the outside edge. Don't overthink it. And then maybe on the inside edge. Okay. And then you're just going to kind of scribble all around. Just my favorite one. Feels really good. Okay. And that's that. All right. Now I want you to just stand. Feet hips width distance apart. And just kind of notice here, right foot, left foot. Notice any differences, maybe in the weight of the foot, in any spaciousness you feel in the feet. Maybe where you're naturally just shifting your balance to. And then we'll do that on the other side. So again, left side, or whichever side you didn't already do. You're going to find the middle of the foot right below the ball of the foot, okay? So right below where your toes connect. And just shift your weight onto the ball there. And again, this doesn't have to be super exact. You're trying to find something that is going to be beneficial for you. So a little to the left, a little to the right isn't, the point of all of this. Okay. And then same spot right below the ball of the foot. And we're just going to move left, right. And you're still keeping a little pressure down. So you're not moving the ball per se. It might move a little bit, but you're moving your foot. You could also think about this as foam rolling for your foot. Okay. And then let's do the heel. So I'm just gonna, and the heel's kind of big, so you can play around with, again, the specific area that you want to land on, or maybe pick a couple spots. Outside of this class and the time you're spending here, this is really great to do just every day, maybe first thing in the morning. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth, while you're drinking your coffee. Really simple, really quick, but really beneficial for not just the feet, the whole body. Okay, and then we'll do our rolling. So again, I am rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel. And we roll this direction because we're rolling towards the heart. So we want to kind of help the blood flow that direction, nourish the lymphatic system by rolling in this direction. This is really good if you don't have anyone at home to massage your feet, or maybe unwilling to massage your feet. Okay. And then as many of those as you need. You can do the outside edge as well. Feel free to spend longer or come back to these after this practice if you need. Okay, and then our little scribble. So no rhyme or reason to this. You're just kind of rolling around the whole foot. One other thing I'll add here is you do, again, have the option to place your hand here for balance on a wall or chair. But you could also just do this sitting down if finding balance here is a little more challenging for you. So sitting in a chair, on the edge of a chair, and doing this works too. Okay, that is that. set that ball aside, and then you're just going to find your Tadasana again. Just stand naturally, feet hips width distance apart, arms by the side, and again, just notice what's changed or shifted in the feet, in the body, maybe the way you stand. Good. From here, we're going to come to a seat and take one seated posture to wrap up our class. Coming into butterfly, feet together, knees out wide. We are focusing on the feet, but if you want to kind of work into the inner thighs here, the closer your heels are to your body, the deeper the stretch is here. Or you can just keep it easy, relaxed. Here, we're going to target an acupressure point on the top of the foot. You could also take a ball and maybe massage this point, but we're going to just use our fingers today. So feet together, knees out wide, our butterfly pose. We are going to find what is called our liver 3 acupressure point. So this is in between the webbing of your big toe and your first toe. Not right above it. This is a different acupressure point, which also would not be a bad thing for you to press on. But we're going to go just a little bit below that. So right before the webbing starts to connect bone to bone, and that's where you're going to put one of your fingers, okay? Same thing, we'll do both feet at a time. So between big toe, first toe, find an inch maybe down the foot, okay? And we're going to stay in our butterfly, so you'll get the benefits of that shape. But then you're also just going to press a little bit on this point on your foot. You could even massage just a little bit if you want to make itty bitty circles with your finger, but keep pressing. And our liver 3 point, this is a really great place to massage or put pressure on to help with any kind of stress. Very useful for insomnia right before bed if you have trouble sleeping, any type of anxiety or irritability. It's a great window to a lot of things. Little bits of the circles, massage it out, and then go ahead and release pressure here and just kind of rub the top of your feet around that area. And then from here, let's sit cross-legged in our Sukhasana. We will end seated today. Just relaxing the hands on the thighs or knees, shutting the eyes down for a moment. Taking a moment just to be super grateful for this part of the body that holds and supports us day in, day out. Our feet do so much work, but often get pretty neglected. So I encourage you to use this practice every day off the mat. Just give yourself 5 minutes to give the feet a little bit of attention, a little bit of care. We'll end our practice here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.